I'm your host, Sania,
And I'm Demetrius.
and welcome to Let's Talk About It. Today I want to talk about blind loyalty. Something that my friend mentioned to me a while back.
That's new for me because I never heard that term, blind loyalty. Please
And,
explain.
and it really resonated with me, and she told me the story of Cain and Abel, and how Cain was only able to,
Now, is Cain Abel the one who killed his brother?
right.
Okay.
And so Cain was only able to kill him because of his blind loyalty. He never thought that his brother would take him out and then kill him because it was his brother. And so it made me think about, relationships within my own family and families in general, because I'm all about breaking cycles. And, at times we think just because someone is blood connected to us, that's family. And in the definition of family, could be blood ties, is blood ties. But at the same time, you got to understand, just because people are have the same blood running through their veins does not necessarily mean that they always have your best interest at heart. Some families do have Cains, and people don't understand that fact that, oh, well, that's your sister, that's your brother, that's your parent, that's your cousin, that's your aunt, your uncle. And for me, I always go back to the conversation that I had with my friend about blind loyalty and the story of Cain and Abel, because whether it's family or not, if you're out to get me and don't have my best interest at heart, I can't keep, connected with you. Yeah, I can see you at family gather, say hi and all that, but I know that you want to harm me. So my blind loyalty to you would be crazy because I'm only setting myself up to be hurt.
So you saying blind loyalty is just basically you loyal to like you obligated because that's your family.
Basically, and so a lot of people think like that. They're going to be loyal to a person
because it's family.
Yeah, and not understanding. But if this person will try to harm you, you can no longer look at that term family, because just because you're family doesn't mean they won't try to harm you. And I think every family member or every person listening to this, it may not be to the extent of murder, but just because you don't kill me don't mean you're not trying to harm me.
You sabotage me and stuff, yeah, for failure.
So that was just real deep and interesting to me, something that I wanted to bring to the viewers. Anyone that is struggling with something like that, just think of that. Just because somebody has blood ties to you don't mean that you have to have blind loyalty to them to the point where you put yourself in a position where this person is out to get you and you set yourself up to be got.
Yeah, that's a real deep right there. It really caught me off guard because damn, that was deep.
I don't know, when I had the conversation, it really resonated. I was like, blind loyalty, like, elaborate on that. And then when she told me about the story of Cain and Abel, I was like, whoa, that's crazy, because you're right. The only way he even got him. But when
you say family, you just bring the word loyalty to me. I heard something about this. When you letting somebody just craze out, disrespect your spouse, even though you say family, or your family member, brother, sister, auntie, mama, should have a standard level of respect for you to respect your spouse, and you just go out disrespect them. I think that people give that loyalty, they run with that loyalty like
the loyalty card.
Yeah, like, oh, that's my brother, he get a pass. Now, anybody that comes at your spouse sideways is coming at you sideways. What do you think about that?
Well, that's definitely how I see it. I feel like if you disrespect my mate, you're definitely disrespecting me. And so, if you respect me, you respect who stands beside me. And I don't care if it's brother, sister, mother, father, whoever. Like, if you disrespecting my husband, you're ultimately disrespecting me. And so when you say loyalty, yeah, you do have loyalty to your family, but also my loyalty lies with the person that I lay next to every night. Now, if my mate is wrong, I'm absolutely going to tell you, you're wrong. But if you're just disrespecting my mate and you think I'm going to be okay with that, then, you would have to be crazy, because, again, we're one. So when you do something to one, you ultimately do something to both of us. That's just my mindset of the situation.
It is sad that everybody don't think that clear. It's like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody or you married to somebody, and if you don't look at that person as, you know, how you would look at your I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like, you could do a lot to me, and it's a lot of stuff that I'll be like, okay, and let it go and let it go and let it go. But if you do something to my husband and my kids, it's a different story because I have an obligation to them from my perspective to protect them. And so, you know, you may do some way out stuff to me and it's like, oh, okay. But once you cross the line with them, then we're talking about a whole other situation.
Yeah, I must agree with that.
Because now, you know, I got to consider their feelings. Not to say that I wouldn't consider my feelings, but I could let it go. But if my husband has a problem with you and you disrespecting him and he don't want you at his house, that's just what it is, you know. And the same thing with my kids. I can't disregard what they're saying based on something that happened to them. Now, again, if they were wrong, then of course I'm not going to go along with that. But if you did something to harm them, then as a parent and as a spouse, you know, I have to align with them to make sure that they're okay first and foremost.
Yes, I must. So let's take it on to entrepreneurs. I see a lot of people working twice as hard when they just got to work smarter. I mean, I see a lot of bloggers, YouTubers, people doing stuff in the music stream and don't have no audience, but they working hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, there's nobody seeing your stuff. You forgot to do the foundation, lay the foundation, build your audience to display your work. And I see a lot of people just working double time hard instead of smarter out
here.
Not
getting no results because people don't understand the benefits of social media and building your platform. Because once you build your platform, you decide and dictate what the people that are following you see and watch. And that is your audience. Like, you can have a great show on YouTube, but
nobody's seeing it.
Yeah, if you don't have any YouTube followers, then who's really seeing your content? I mean, you can hope and wish that something goes viral, but this is what I think too. A lot of people are not willing to invest in their projects. You know, you see it all the time. You know, when people ask for promotion, oh, this is $50, and I'm thinking that's cheap. Like,
yeah,
if they don't want to pay the cost to get themselves.
But they wouldn't have to pay the cost if they built their audience, and
but
that's where they messing up at.
That's true, unless you know how to build your audience on your own. Like, if you know how to build an audience, but let's be honest, not everybody knows how to build up a social media audience. And so if you want that audience, then ultimately you're going to have to pay somebody to do it. That's just like if I didn't know how to do something, I'm going to have to pay somebody to do it to get me to the next level. And that's just life. If you're not willing to invest time, money, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, it's pointless. Because like I said, you can have a great project, but if you're not willing to invest the other key components, it's pointless.
I agree. It's like having a movie playing at the theater
with no ticket sales.
So, yeah.
You didn't market right. You know, you know what I'm saying? You didn't put no money in marketing. How smart is that?
Yeah. Y'all out there, y'all invest in your audience.
I feel like social media is a modern day
lazy. I think a lot of people lazy also with social media. They don't put the groundwork in.
What do you mean? But you cut me off about. But go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You was cut off. Or you got cut off. They don't put the groundwork in. They're meeting people, learning the area. Just, I mean, a lot of old school stuff that you really had to get out there and meet people. People just getting lazy, thinking it's, let me post this videos. Hopefully,
they go
viral. I become famous and I get a $2 million deal or some shit like that. It's like you being lazy because it doesn't happen like that.
Well, we're in a microwave generation where everybody thinks the success is going to happen overnight, and that, you know, I could just do a video and boom, or I could just become a rapper and boom.
I mean, it's possible. The percentage is hella
very low.
It's like being drafted to the NBA.
Very low.
You know, you got a better chance of getting drafted to the NBA.
You definitely have to work at it. But let me go back to what I was saying about social media is like modern day TV. You know, before you didn't have a way to showcase your skills and what you did. You know, you had to get with talent agents and all these different type of things to get on TV. And so this is where I feel like people are being lazy because they're sleeping on the fact that social media is free. It's like a free commercial, free marketing, free publicity. And if you're not utilizing it to your advantage, you know, to get yourself ahead, then that's crazy. And I'm not saying everybody should use social media for that, because if you're not have a business and if you're just using it for personal use, that's a different story. But for people that are like business minded and have businesses, and if, you know, you're not using your social media to its full capacity, then you're not going to see any results, because social media right now is where it's at.
Yeah, I think every business should have some type of social media, because that is the future.
Well, I mean, you think of it like this. Most people go to your social media accounts before they go to your website.
I agree. And most people don't have websites either, though.
But I
they
don't
still
know. But
lacking
you can't,
on that.
But there's no way that you could have a business
Oh,
and
I
not
see it
have
all
a
the time.
website.
People got business
that's
because
like
they made a
having
social
business
media page.
That's like having a business and not having a business card. I wouldn't take you serious, and I'm gonna just be personally honest, because if you don't even have money to invest in a website, that just shows me you're not serious about your craft. Because if you're saying you have a business and you're a business owner and you don't have a website, then what are you doing? You know, your social media page. It even bothers me when people contact me on in my messenger. I think that's unprofessional. Somebody just recently contacted me and they told me hi, and they asked me for a contact number and a time when they can contact me, and I'm thinking, for what? So I just put regarding with a question mark, and they never responded. But I'm thinking, you probably think I'm arrogant, but you're asking for a phone number and a time to talk to me, and you haven't even told me what you wanted.
I mean, half of the people on social media is there just to waste your time.
Yeah, but not even only that. Like, if you want to discuss business, you should send me an email. You don't send a message in a messenger for business. It's unprofessional. Don't message me for business. Send an email to my website, to my email. You have visitors. Come in, son. I also want to talk about when people say connect, because my definition of connecting means
don't pass that connecting. That's just want to waste your time.
No, I'm definitely seeing this. A lot of people don't want to waste your time.
They want to say connect.
No, we don't need it now. Thank you.
They don't want to say connect this to see what kind of ideas you have so they can jump on boat with you.
No, but when you say connect, that means two things coming together, two pieces.
You should be on my playing field.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just say, when you tell me you want to connect, it's both parties are bringing something to the table. Now, this is what the problem is.
I would say, being on the same playing field.
Well, you don't even have to be on the same.
But you got to have something to offer. You can't come empty-handed talking about let's connect.
That's my point. So I have a problem when people tell me they want to connect, and then they meet up with me, and they just want to get something. And you shouldn't have said you wanted to connect. You should have used a different word, because that's not connecting. You should have said, I want to meet up because I want you to share some things with me. Because when you word it right, it makes a person decide how they're going to spend their time, or if at all, with you. You get what I'm saying? And it's not saying you're connecting just to get something, but I feel like people are misleading when they want to meet with you.
That's where I connected my messages on social media. Like, basically, what's the rundown before you didn't get my time?
Yeah. I've learned that, because I've spent like 30 minutes on the phone with somebody and they want absolutely nothing. And then just telling me their ideas. Okay, what do you expect me to do with your ideas? I have my own. Exactly. So you need, that's what I'm saying. When you get in my messenger and you say my name, no, not even my name. You say hi and ask me for a contact number and a time that we can meet. That was your 30-second elevator pitch to tell me who you were and what you wanted.
I agree, but people just got too lazy.
You think I'm going to really just give you my number and a time to call me and I don't know who you are and what you do or what you want? Absolutely not. You could call it arrogant. I just call it smart. I'm not going to waste my time on people that really don't want anything, because in the beginning, when I started social media and I was putting things out that I was doing, I would be real nice. Like, if it was me, I would want somebody to do it to me. But now I understand why celebrities don't, because you have a lot of people that would just sit and waste your time and don't want anything.
Yes, I must agree with that. Must agree with that.
Now I'm gonna jump into a question that Lainey Lino from Texas asked. Her question was, what is the definition of a friend? And how do you determine somebody is really your friend?
I was just about to say something about friends too, but you go ahead with that topic.
Well, she is my great friend. We've been friends since we were 12 years old in 6th grade, elementary. And I think that's a term that people use too loosely, even the sis stuff. Sis is like, no, everybody's not my sister. Everybody's not my friend. I have a close circle of friends. You know, I have a lot of connections, a lot of people that I connect with and, you know, talk to, but that doesn't mean that they're my friend. I feel like, you know, to be my friend, I'm big on loyalty. Nothing else. I'm big on character and loyalty. You know, because just because we talk and we have good conversation doesn't mean you're my friend. You know, people are always around when everything is good. You know your friends when your back is against the wall and nobody's around and they still there checking up on you to make sure you're okay and they're standing with you. I also feel like a good friend is because people annoy me that always want to run back and tell you the story about, you know, oh, somebody said this about you. Don't run back into tell me the story. Defend me in my absence. You know, I would never tell my friend, oh, this doesn't happen. I don't have to tell you because I've already defended you. You know, so there's just different perspectives of me when it comes to a friend. You know, I don't think everybody's my friend. You may be cool, but...
Okay, so you got this friend. And how you control this friend from trying to suck up all your damn time?
I don't do clingy friends. I mean... I've dealt with that in the past, but this is how I feel. It depends on what age you are in. Now, if you're like in high school, you in your early 20s, you know, and you don't have a family.
So basically, you don't have to talk to your friend every day.
Who, me? I don't talk to my friends every day. That would be absolutely draining to me, to talk to my friends every day.
Yeah, it makes sense. Some people believe in that.
No, I don't believe in that. If you talking to your friend every day, that's somebody you dating. I want to talk to my man every day. I don't necessarily want to talk to my friend every day. And that's what I was about to say. If you got friends, see, my friends, as you know, we're all on the same page. We all have families, we all have businesses, and we're all trying to pursue stuff. So we really don't have time to sit and talk every day. You know, I may talk to my friends a couple times a month. But when we talk, it's like for long periods of times because we're catching up. But sometimes we don't even talk within the week. But that's fine because we're all doing, you know, the same stuff. And that's what I'm going to go back to. Now, if you don't have a family and you're younger, and, you know, you might have a girlfriend that you talk to every day. I think that just comes with the where you're at in life. But at 37, at the age I am now, to sit and have a conversation with another woman every day, that just means I'm not being productive in my mind.
Yes, I must agree.
So you do feel like...
It's just a waste of time, honestly. I feel like investing in your family, not in the friendship.
I definitely think friendships are great. But I definitely think the majority of your time should be invested in your household, especially if you got a mate and you have kids. And this is the reason why I say this. Because if something happened to me tomorrow, you know, my friends may have benefited a lot out of me, great. But I need to lay a foundation and different things for my kids. You know, people think it's crazy when they like, I say I want to go on, you know, vacations with my husband and my kids, and they don't get that. But those are the people that I would love to build memories and spend time with. You know, I'm at a pivotal point in my life, and those things are important to me. You know, before when I was younger, I would let everybody bombard me with their problems, and I would be on the phone all day, putting you and the kids on the back burner. And I had to learn, like, and reflect and think at the end of the day, if something happened to me, who really would be affected? And it's my household. And so that's where my time needs to go. Yes, I think friendships are great. I don't necessarily think they're a waste of time like you do. I think friendships are great. But I'm not going to spend every moment or every day of my time invested in it.
Sounds like a great plan.
Why don't you think friendships are great?
Oh, because the niggas is cross you, stabbing you in the back real quick.
Well, that's been your experience, and I can understand why you said that. I don't think that's everybody. Um, I don't think that's everybody. I just think that's your experience. I've been, we both been. We've been crossed by family. So, at the end of the day, I don't think it has anything to do with a friend, a family member, or a foe.
Like the train.
There go that train again. So I don't think it has anything to do with a family member, friend, or foe. I just think that's the character of people, and you just have to know the type of people that you align yourself with. I have great friends.
Hey, hold on. But that train just exposed our neighborhood. Because, if you was in a rich, old, fancy neighborhood, ain't no train coming through there.
We at the lower part of our show. But it's good.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
You cut me off.
Yeah, because I just thought about that. That was funny.
The Metrolink. But anyways, what I was saying was, it's just a matter of character, the people you link up with. So I don't necessarily think it's friends because, like I said, we've been crossed by family and people we've least expected. That ain't gonna make me feel like I can't have friends. That just made me more wiser. The people I let close to me and who I connect with on that close, intimate level.
So what do you think about girls' night out, girls' weekend trips, and stuff like that for a married woman?
It's not something I'm necessarily into, I mean, a lot of people are. It's not my thing. Again, if I'm going to spend time and go out on trips, I would rather do that with my husband or with my husband and my kids or with my kids. And if my friends happen to go on. But I think it's just the point of what stage of life you're in. Like, that's not...
I agree.
That's not interesting to me.
I tell people all the time, is every relationship is unique. What works for you might not work for everybody else. So
yeah, because that's not
do
interesting.
what makes y'all happy. You know what I'm saying?
It's not interesting to me. Probably when I was in my younger 20s, it probably would have been of interest. But now at 37, like, I don't care about that. I'm trying to build memories, build a legacy. So it's like your mind shift. You know what I'm saying? You see the importance of family. Like, I'm looking at my kids and, you blink, you missed it. I'm thankful that my kids are still at home, but one day they're gonna leave. I need to spend as much as time with my kids now that I can, and I think people take that for granted. I'm raising independent kids, so I know they're not gonna live with me for a lifetime.
Yeah.
What?
They gonna get out soon.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Oh shit! Cause you saying you raised independent kids, they ain't gonna be here long.
They're not. I mean, I wouldn't want my kids.
I was gone. I was at 17.
I left my house when I was 16 years old. It was pretty much by force, but I've been on my own ever since. I mean, I don't want them to leave that young.
I mean, I think that's what made us great because it's like we was out there fending for ourselves.
So I would never take that experience
So
back from the world.
it really molded us on who we are now and more responsible, and because it's just. We was kicked out there learning how to do what it do. Yeah,
so I mean, girls trips, and I think it depends on what phase of life you in. That ain't my phase. Even the clubs and stuff like that. That type of stuff is boring to me. Like, I don't get any enjoyment off of doing stuff like that. And people think I'm weird. I may be boring to a lot of people.
I enjoy traveling.
I love traveling, and I love spending time with my family and my kids. Like, when people be like, oh...
And I like to go to the clubs in other countries because you see their type of style and culture. Like,
what club did you go to in another country?
Well, we was trying to go to one in Dubai, but we got kicked out. But
no, you never got in.
Exactly. We got kicked out. Shit.
But what I'm saying is, I get a lot of flack because people say, why do you want to spend time with your kids? And my thing is, why don't you? Or even when they be like, you and your husband together all the time. And I'm thinking we have a great relationship. I question people.
I want to take. Well, go ahead and finish because you just opened the door for a new thing.
I question the people that don't like to spend time with their mate. They need a break. First of all, there's no such thing as a break in parenting. There's no such thing as a break in a relationship because at the end of the day, we have a room together. I can't put them out the room. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that. When people think we're weird because we spend a lot of time together, I think you weird when you don't spend a lot of time with your mate.
Now, what do you think about how it's crazy because I watch people, they let society choose who they should date and have a relationship with, and what should they do in their relationship by popular demand.
Society don't pay my bills.
I seen somebody that nice young fella. He had his head on his shoulders. He was young, and basically the woman didn't want him because he didn't fit in with the regular type of everybody else.
I see that all the time, though.
But in 10 years, that's the guy you want.
I see that all the time. But this is the thing of the situation, is that people think they know what they want. Or, no, I'm not going to say that. People think they know what they need. And see, people go after what they want. Okay, for example, I can want some chocolate cake, but do I need chocolate cake? You get what I'm saying? And so people, they see this fantasy or this illusion of what, okay, that beard gangs is in. So now, the beard gang, men that have beards. So a lot of women are attracted to beards now. But is that the person that you're really supposed to be with? Or are you just attracted to this guy with a beard because...
what's under that beard?
But that's popular demand.
Yeah. He
so
fits
what are you
fits
really...
in.
Right, what are you really looking at? Are you looking at the core, the core beliefs was under the surface, or are you just looking at the surface? Because if you're looking at the surface, it's superficial and it's not going to last. The question is, who are you supposed to be with? I don't care about popular demand. I'm not into trends because trends change, and I say this all day long. Y'all probably get tired of it. I don't care. Just like years ago, big butts was seen as you being fat. You know what I'm saying? Big lips was like, something that people frowned upon. And now people trying to get their butts done, their lips done. But this is in 2018. But what's the next trend in 10 years? And this is the thing. When you follow the trend, you'll always be trying to keep up. You'll always be trying to do what everybody else is doing. That's crazy to me. So now when the butts ain't in anymore, you're going to take the butts out? You're going to take the lips out? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to forever be changing you to basically fit in instead of just being you. When you don't have to change anything. I'm comfortable with being me.
I agree.
I'm not going to date or befriend or do something because this is what's in. I don't care about what's in. Sania's in.
So you ain't
Catch
gonna
that.
Marry,
Sania's in.
You ain't gonna go run off and marry
long.
you a therapist?
Why would I marry a therapist?
A cop? What you say? All the therapists got cop
Yeah,
husbands?
a lot of my colleagues are my old
be
colleagues are girlfriends like that are therapists. It's like a funny trend because they're all married to cops. And I had to tell one of my girlfriends, I'm like, dang, you recognize or realize that most of the therapists are married to cops? I don't know what that combination is, but what's funny though? Because you actually wanted to be a cop.
Yeah, I wanted to rob actually I wanted to profile all the little white kids. Sorry guys.
I hope that's not your mindset now.
Nah, now, if I was a cop, honestly, I couldn't be a cop because I think I would have been a dirty cop.
Why?
Because it's just, I would just go against the grain. It's just, I don't know.
You're just rebellious.
Exactly. So, a pile of drug money sitting on the table, I got to go report it in,
Not in
my house. A couple of bags would have came up missing, So, I don't think it was meant for me to be a cop.
But see, this is where I feel like we balance each other out. Because even if that was your mindset, you already know I wouldn't have been for that. In no shape or form. My thing is this. This is my philosophy in life. It's always easy ways to get ahead. But I'm not willing to take that risk. It's a lot of stuff I can do. But I'm not going to do it because the risk outweighs the temporary gratification.
Well, see, when you never had it, so you can't really say... that risk, you know what I'm saying? But once you taste it and feel like it, you really get a point like it's not worth it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I can't.
It's like,
and then the fact that you always would have to be looking over your shoulder, am I going to get caught? Is something going to happen? Like, I just couldn't live like that. I'd rather grind and struggle and get to where I need to go than to, somebody going to rob me? Am I going to go to jail? Is this going to happen? Like, that's just never...
You still going to get robbed. You doing it the good way. Shit.
But what I'm saying is it's a constant worry of something
Oh
happening.
yeah, today could be that dramatic day that the door get kicked in. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not a life that I would ever want to live. So that definitely wouldn't have worked out for me and you, because you know good and well I wouldn't have went along with that at all. But it is interesting to see though that yeah, a lot of my girlfriends are therapists, or you know just therapists that I know, their spouses are cops.
Yeah, that is crazy. I guess dinners be weird, huh?
This dinner is not for me. I think they have great husbands. But
Oh man.
another thing that I want to talk about is, you know,
Oh, so let's talk about the
you keep cutting me off.
the peer pressure. Like a lot of people can't withstand the peer pressure. Like say me and you, we've been together for a long amount of time.
How many years?
We've been
Yeah.
But look, the point
You know
is,
how many
look,
years we've been married?
yes, 19.
Oh,
The
okay.
point is, people let peer pressure them to leave their spouse because they don't fit in with everybody else's husband. See how you were saying all your colleagues' husbands is cops.
Not all of them.
Now you leave because of what they think. Now you leave and you'll find you a cop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do that in their relationships
Why would
because
I
they worry
leave
about peer
my
pressure.
spouse?
They worry about how everybody view them.
But I don't believe in peer pressure. I think that's a cop out. And I always tell teenagers when I talk to them, people be like, "Oh, why do you say?"
Well, it's
that?"
not peer pressure. It's
Yeah,
so
I don't
much
believe
being
in peer
approved
pressure.
in your social class. You know what I'm saying?
But what? But see, okay, this is my thing. I'm business minded. I'm not an employee, so I wouldn't want an employee. You get what I'm saying?
No,
You
but we
gotta
on
give me-
relationship. You talking about employee? What?
I'm business minded. I'm not an employee, so therefore I wouldn't want to be married to an employee. So basically what I'm saying is you got to get what fixed, you know, what suits you. And I don't believe in peer pressure, because I feel like if somebody jumped off the building, would you do? No, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to be secure within you. So, oh, all these people had this type of mate, so I'm going to go get that mate too. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, but people do it. So
But those are the
It's
people
like,
that don't know who they are and
now
are not
their
secure
relationship,
in who they are.
now they're having problems in their relationship because he's not in style no more. You know what I'm saying? Like when a person feel like they upgraded, you're not in style no more.
But I feel like
So it's
in
like-
style, out style, like when you in a relationship, like a committed relationship for years, like the person is not going to be the same person you met. Like you're definitely not the same person I met. You know, you're not the same person. Even how you was just saying, if you were a cop in your 20s, your mindset. So the person is going to be forever evolving. So the in style, out of style things, because let's be honest, there's times where my certain style that you didn't like, or your certain style I didn't necessarily like. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about the style. It was about our core beliefs and our connection. It had nothing to do with the style.
Yeah, I agree. The trend.
Yeah, so if you with somebody based on that, you with the wrong person. Because when that does go out of style, when that no longer excites you, what's going to excite you? Because let's be honest, you know, we both have been overweight at times. We both have been underweight at times. We both, throughout these 24 years, have not always felt great about how we looked. But is that really going to dictate, oh, I'm going to leave you because I feel like you overweight, or, you know, you ain't looking the same when I met you? Like, come on, like, that's a part of life. You're not going to be the same. Your body size is not going to be the same. You know, your face may not be the same in terms of you may not be as beautiful as you were when you were younger. So, I mean, if you got to consider all that. People change.
And that's what I would say about peer pressure from colleagues and stuff to get people to change their spouse.
I don't even think it's
You know what I'm
colleagues.
saying?
I think
Because-
it's I think men do it more than women, to be honest with you. So that's a question I should be asking you. Because I think when you because you think about it, a lot of men get older, they trade in their
something.
wives for something younger. So that's not necessarily
Because they want to
woman
feel
thing,
like they that guy.
But what's making them feel that to have a trophy? To me, that's an insecure guy.
Yeah, that's most likely. I must agree though.
Because you're talking about you trading it in for an upgrade. I mean,
so you could be that guy, be approved.
But you still not that guy though.
Yeah.
You still not that guy. If you wasn't that guy without her, you definitely not that guy with her.
So you just trying to impress. That's what I'm saying. Impress people. You worry about people's opinion.
I never understood why men use women to impress people. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because let me think of something that women do to impress other. I don't know, because I don't do stuff to impress other women. So I can't even think of something that you would do. I don't know, because I really don't get what guys get out of having a trophy. This is the thing too. Okay, if you're gonna have a trophy, because I feel like I'm attractive, you definitely got a trophy. But you don't only just have a trophy, somebody with beauty. You also got somebody with brains. And see, this is the thing. People have a trophy, but what do the trophy bring to the table besides stand on the shelf? That's the part I don't get. You have this beautiful person, but they're airheads. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're especially with people that make a phenomenal amount of money. And then they have these beautiful women, and it's like, okay, what does your spouse do? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that concept. Like, I would want somebody that's bringing something to the table. Like, I'm bringing in the money, and you invest in the money and doing something to make our money turn into profit. So, I don't know. That's just a concept, I mean, I will never get. Because, if like I said, if you wasn't the man without her, you definitely ain't the man with her. And when you no longer are who she thinks you are, she definitely ain't gonna stay with you. You need to be with people that you genuinely connect with and that you're willing to stay with them through the good and the bad. And that's why people take vows, for the better or for worse.
Yeah, I just think that's a punk type of person to me. I don't know. I just wasn't the follower. I've always been a leader. So, I don't know. I can't see somebody just, you making your own decisions on what other people think. It's crazy.
And that's why we're married, because we are both leaders and strong-minded at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. Like, even when I'm trying to figure out something that women do to impress other women, can't think, because that ain't, I don't know, that's just not my mindset. I don't care about impressing people. People want to look like they live in a life. I'm very honest. And I got a sister, and I'm going to shout her out, Cherie. When people see her and be like, how is Sania doing? She will put dubs to the 10th power on what I'm doing. And when they see me, I'll be like, I ain't doing all that, because I don't feel like I have to blow myself up. Like, this is, I mean, I'm proud. I mean, I'm happy that my sister is proud of me, but I tell her all the time, you ain't got to pump me up. I am who I am. Like, I'm comfortable in being me. I'm comfortable in driving a 2016 Chevy Impala. I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, do I want a Mercedes? Do I want to?
I think it's gonna say 2016.
It's a 2016.
No, it's a 2017.
Oh, my bad. But whatever it is,
it's not like you saying a 1997 Honda. It's like, nigga, hey, you too bad.
No, but listen. It's a 2017, but my point is I want a G-Wagon. So when you say a 2017, 2016, 2018, Chevy Impala compared to a G-Wagon, it's completely
I know what you're
different.
saying, but I'm saying people out there probably like, shit, you lucky if you get a 17.
My point is this. It doesn't determine who I am. I don't care. I don't care if I live in an apartment complex versus if I lived in a $3 million home. Sania's never going to change. I'm still Sania. So I don't have to impress, because the only person I'm really trying to impress, and I mean this wholeheartedly, is God. Like, if he's pleased with me, I'm pleased with me. Because I feel like material possessions are just that. Like,
yeah, they come and go.
Yeah, I remember when I wanted a truck so bad, and I got, what did we get, like 24s on the truck?
Yeah, the Tahoe.
It was all white. I got the rims like custom made white. And after a month, it was like, okay. And that's when I realized, like, you know, you're it's a temporary gratification, because after the month I don't even care about the car.
Yeah, it's just want to solve taste, fulfill your taste buds.
But then after a while, this truck is like, okay, it's another car. You like, when you gonna wash it? I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted it, and once I got it, it was like, okay. there are things that I want, but I feel like material possessions, they come and go. Like, you know, you got a 2018 this year, right?
And that's why I say I want to travel, because it's seeing stuff, experiencing life.
It's memories.
Yeah.
But it's, let's say I get a 2018 car, whatever make and model it is. 3 years from now,
it's old. Yeah.
Right. So it's material possessions really don't make me. You get what I'm saying? And I, like I said, I love that my sister, you know, she's proud of me. But at the end of the day, I'm confident and content with being me. And like I said, I'm only concerned whether or not that if God is pleased with me. If He's pleased, I'm pleased.
Then I'm pleased.
You boy.
Okay,
that's for another. But anyways, yeah, you know, that's just my take on the situation. Like I said, I don't believe in peer pressure. I think we have a lot of more.
Well, I didn't call it peer pressure. That's what I was saying. It's just more of.
What are you, the cutoff person today?
No, I'm just because you keep saying like, peer pressure,
dang!
And peer pressure seems like so high schoolish. It's more.
But it's the same thing. But
it's the
same. It's the same thing.
Trying to fit into society.
So what is that? It's it's peer pressure.
But it's a grown word.
Well, what is the word?
Peer pressure is like high school. So high school.
It's the same thing.
Exactly, it is. But it's just.
I'm not trying to be funny. Life is like high school. The celebrities are your popular kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life is like high school when you think about it. These are the haves. These are the popular kids. You don't fit in. These are the athletes or the jocks. It's the same concept.
These the junkers, the smokers over here.
Yeah, it's the same concept. To me, it's just on a greater scale. But if you look at society is high school all over again in a different form.
And the president is the principal, huh?
Pretty much. You got the people trying to be like the popular kids, which is the celebrity. It's the same.
It is.
You got the girls trying to date the athletes. You know what I'm saying? The jocks. It's the same type of situation.
Yeah, just on a bigger playing field. It is.
But I don't play. That's a cycle like I don't choose to partake in, because I'm so content and comfortable with me. Is there things that I want? Do I want my house, you know what I'm saying, built the way I want it? Absolutely. But am I going to not be happy or be embarrassed or not be confident in who I am because of it? Absolutely not. Driving a 2017 or a 2018 G-Wagon makes me no difference. At the end of the day, I'm Sania.
And what color is that G-Wagon?
I want a whole white one. You already know that. You have anything else to talk about?
I was gonna cover a lot of my stuff and other stuff people ain't really worried about.
Hold on, but what do you think about guy trips? Because you never said your take on. You asked me about girls trips.
My part on guys trips, it's a waste of time. At the end of the day, guys trip is just basically niggas just trying to get you out to get you in trouble. Basically. Because what's I want to go hang around with a group of guys? What else a group of guys gonna do? You know.
See, when I say that to people about females, they don't get that. I'm like, what? Okay. First of all, when you go on trips, you're not with the people the entire time.
Yeah, it's more of what would you do if your spouse not here? Like, you know.
You think all the guys think like that?
I think everybody think like that.
It's just, you can't say that.
I think it's just is you gonna be the victim and fall for it.
Well, I do think there may be a person in the crew that may have that type of intentions, but I don't think everybody.
And he be the single one.
It may be the married one.
Snapping the pictures of you and reporting back and telling on you.
It may be the married one, but the thing is, I don't think that's everybody's mindset. But when I say, you know, I don't necessarily like. What do I want to be around a bunch of women for? Like, people don't understand that. I don't know. I guess it depends on your personality too, because where people think I'm very charismatic and outgoing, I'm really like to be alone. Like I like to talk, but then I like my space. Like I don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to just give me.
Then I guess it depends on if it's like your relationship of having friends. I think that what we talked about earlier. really ties into guys' night out. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
because I
saying?
don't think
Because it's more like reconnecting with your friends or something. I could suppose look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? If you really that friendship type person, you know?
well, that's why they call it a guys trip. I'm pretty sure they're friends. Like, I mean, if me and my girlfriends went out, and most of them are married, I definitely know it wouldn't be that type of party just because of their character and the type of people they are. But at the same time, do I want to spend 5 or 7 days with y'all only? No. I'll be, you know me. Even if we together on the trip 7 days, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, we was at Disney World and I was like, yeah, we should have did at least 5 days.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
ready to go home. So I'm not
I'm
really
ready to check out
a trip, long trip type person. I'll be ready to go home. And think about it, even when I'm with you and it's just me and you, I miss my kids. I'm ready to go home. So yeah, that it just doesn't work for me. Everybody has different personalities, but it's just not my thing.
Well, that's all about. That's everything I got.
So thank you for tuning in.
Until next time, be on the same back channel. Actually, subscribe. My YouTube, everything GrindFace, Google GrindFace. Subscribe. Y'all help me build my audience. You want to give your outro?
So you guys tune in to Let's Talk About It. Until next time, you guys, if you know me and you follow me on social media, like I always say, until
And
next
if y'all
time,
have some questions, y'all could email them or comment
I'm
below.
gonna jump across this today on you. Like, you keep cutting me off. So are you done?
No, yeah,
Or
comments.
are you done?
Yeah, we would like to hear comments. I mean, questions. Y'all submit questions, please. I'm done.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Because you was done last time. Are you done?
I'm done.
So, you guys, like I said, if you follow me, as I always say, until next time, continue to break cycles, and thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It.